You're listening to Don't Miss This on Paris Underground Radio. Hello, and welcome to Don't Miss This, your weekly roundup of the best of what's happening in Paris this week. I'm your host, Jennifer Garrity, the creator and founder of the Paris Underground Radio podcast network, featuring podcasts on a wide range of topics that come out 6 days a week and are made for people just like you. Don't forget to share the love by subscribing to this podcast and giving it a quick rating and review. This week's edition of Don't Miss This covers the week of Sunday, April 17th through Saturday, April 23rd, 2022. This week is also the season finale for Season 2 of Don't Miss This, and all the other shows on the network. Don't worry, I'm going to give you lots of events that start this week and carry on well into the future. If you want more great content between seasons, join our Patreon. For as little as €5 a month, you'll get a look behind the scenes and the inside scoop on what's going on in Paris every week. You can also subscribe to get exclusive monthly events, bonus episodes, and join our book club. Just head to patreon.com/Paris Underground Radio for all the details. And with that, let's see what's on for the week ahead. There are few things that get me more excited for summer than the prospect of an apéro outdoors on a sunny day. If you like your apéros with a side of petanque, then I have just the way to up the ante. From now through September 30th, head to the open-air bar in the Bois de Vincennes every Thursday through Sunday from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. for petanque, drinks, barbecue, and DJ sets. You'll find 1 hectare of space surrounded by trees with multiple petanque tracks. Food starts at around €6 and drinks around $3. Admission is free, and they'll have petanque balls on hand to lend you should you need. Les apéros de la pétanque will be in the Bois de Vincennes from now through September 30th, and more information can be found on Facebook. For our next event, let's stay outside for the 2022 edition of Kiosque-en Fête. From now through the end of the year, Paris's green spaces will come alive with more than 700 free activities in 40 garden pavilions, with concerts ranging from traditional to pop rock, to orchestral, to Mexican, and everything in between. You can delight your ears and dance the day away. But there's much more than simple concerts on offer. You can also discover plays, readings, live art shows, and so much more. Kiosque-en Fête runs from now through Saturday, December 31st, and is free to attend. For more information, including a detailed schedule of events, please visit paris.fr. If you're listening to this on the day it comes out, Sunday, April 17th, then you'll also be treated to yet another reason to venture outside, especially if you're a fan of techno, bikes, and parades. That's right, I'm talking about Techno-Velo, an electro bike parade through the streets of Paris. Beginning at the Recyclerie at 4 p.m., bikers will head off, accompanied by a DJ on a float on, you guessed it, more bicycles. This DJ will spin his tracks all the way to the Pavillon des Canaux, the first stop on the tour. Here, from 5:30 to 6:15, bikers can refuel to the beats of a second DJ. Then you'll pop back onto your bikes, accompanied yet again by that first DJ on a float, and head to your final destination at the Cité Fertile, where you'll be regaled by a third DJ. There will be space at the back of the parade for young or inexperienced cyclists, and a volunteer fireman on hand in case of emergency. This year, they're adding one more element to this event, a virtual passing of the hat, if you will. The event is free, but you're encouraged to make a donation of any amount you're able. All funds will be donated to the Utopia 56 Association, which aids refugees and campaigns for emergency accommodation for people in precarious situations and in isolation. Techno-Velo will depart from La Recyclerie at 4 p.m. on Sunday, April 17th, and more information can be found at larecyclerie.com. That's LARECYCLERIE.com. All right, let's head back inside. Beginning on Tuesday, April 19th, the Picasso Museum will unveil a new exhibit devoted entirely to Picasso. Ah, but not that one. Maya Ruiz Picasso is the daughter of Pablo Picasso, and the exhibit Maya Ruiz Picasso, Fille de Pablo, will examine the connection between father and daughter, and how that relationship and the passionate one with her mother, Marie-Thérèse Walter, shaped his work. The years 1938 and 1939 were extremely prolific for Pablo. In this time, he painted no fewer than 14 portraits of his daughter, some of which are to be exhibited here. Paintings that underline, quote, the complicity uniting the father and his daughter, end quote, as well as, quote, the way in which the presence of Maya nourished and amplified the artist's fascination for childhood, end quote. You'll also find sculptures, paper cutouts, correspondence, poems, and personal objects from Picasso on the same theme. This exhibit is also an opportunity to celebrate the entry of 9 masterpieces into the museum, masterpieces which form the core of the chronological itinerary of this exhibition. Maya Ruiz Picasso, Fille de Pablo, will be at the Musée Picasso Paris from April 19th through January 1st, 2023, and more information can be found at musepicassoparis.fr. That's musepicassoparis.fr. Classical music lovers, next up, I have something for you. This month, you'll have the opportunity to visit 3 of Paris's most incredible churches for exceptional orchestral concerts. The Orchestre Romantique de Paris is one of the only independent professional orchestras in the capital and will perform in the Saint-Sulpice Church on April 20th, the Madeleine Church on April 21st, and the Saint-Germain-des-Prés Church on April 22nd. The melodies of composers like Rossini, Berlioz, Weber, and Verdi will be accompanied by the Fiat Cantus Choir and soloist Herménie Blondel. Grand Concert des Prières à l'Opéra, or Grand Concert of Prayers at the Opera, will be at l'Église Saint-Sulpice on April 20th, l'Église Madeleine on April 21st, and l'Église Saint-Germain-des-Prés on April 22nd. And more information, including tickets, can be found at fever.com. If all this talk of sunny days has got you pining for the colder days of, well, say a week ago, you may be interested in Polar 2022, the Festival of Nordic Cultures, which makes its way back to Paris beginning on Wednesday, April 20th, after 2 years of COVID-related postponement. Created by the Cine and Uoco Agency and Icelandic Air, the 5th edition of this festival will take place in 4 locations throughout the city: the Finnish Institute, Barabule, the Recyclerie, and the Pavillon des Canaux. Travel to Finland, Norway, Iceland, and Sweden with a series of concerts, exhibitions, screenings, conferences, and culinary tastings. This year's focus is on the climate emergency, feminist struggles, and responsible and eco-friendly food. Among the many offerings, you'll discover the comic strip drawings of Liv Stromquist, partake in a gastronomic concert organized at the Institut Finlandais, and listen to French song classics reimagined by an Icelandic artist. Many of the events are free to attend. Polar 2022, the Festival of Nordic Cultures, will take place from April 20th to April 28th, and more information, including the full program, can be found at facebook.com/polarfestival. The very next day, Thursday, April 21st, is World Creativity and Innovation Day. And what better way to celebrate than with free pizza? What's the connection, you ask? Well, deep in the heart of the first arrondissement is the first pizzeria in Paris with a robot chef. While the recipes themselves were dreamt up by 3-time pizza world champion Thierry Graffiti, Patsy the robot will knead, garnish, bake, serve, and pre-cut your pizza in only 4 minutes. And you can watch him do it. On Thursday, April 21st, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., Patsy will offer 200 free pizzas to celebrate the release of its new menu. But be forewarned, it's first come, first served. Patsy is located at 42 Rue Rambuteau, and more information can be found at patsy.co. That's PAZZI.co. And now, a little something for the book lovers among you. Beginning on Thursday, April 21st, the Salon du Livre returns to Paris after a 2-year hiatus. But the book fair you may remember is coming back in a completely different way. This time as the first annual Festival du Livre, a festival which will overtake several different Parisian venues, including the temporary location of the Grand Palais. The goal of this transformation is to make the show even more participatory. In addition to celebrating reading and books in all forms, the Festival du Livre encourages readers, authors, and publishers to indulge in other forms of art, including film, comedy, sculpture, and music. On the occasion of the 75th anniversary of India's independence, India is this year's guest of honor, and you can get to know it better through its literary professionals, contemporary issues, richness, and diversity. Filmmakers, actors, visual artists, and musicians will also be invited to take part in this great celebration of culture and reading. You'll find musical or danced readings, walks through literary Paris, interviews, writing, drawing, and reading workshops for young and old, debates on ideas, and comedic performances. There are other notable changes. You'll find the addition of a central bookstore where you can buy the books that interest you, but you are no longer able to bring your own books to be signed. However, and perhaps most importantly, the festival is free to attend. You simply have to reserve your morning or afternoon slot on their website. The Festival du Livre de Paris will take place from Friday, April 22nd through Sunday, April 24th, and more information, including how to register, can be found at festivaldulivredeparis.fr. That's FESTIVALDULivredeparis.fr. Now, turn your gaze away from your book and look toward the stars. After its huge success last year, the immersive space journey Destination Cosmos is returning to the Ateliers de Lumière. Created in conjunction with the National Center for Space Studies, France's version of NASA, Destination Cosmos blends science, history, and poetry to help you relive the greatest moments in space exploration and journey into the unknown and infinitely far. Thanks to 135 projectors, the journey begins in Guyana, in the heart of a tropical rainforest, at the Kourou Space Center, with the first observation of the stars. You'll move through to the moon landing of the Apollo 11 mission. You'll soar over Martian canyons, dive deep into Jupiter's heart, and admire Saturn's graceful rings, while crossing paths with nebula, planets, and supernova. Destination Cosmos will run in the evenings from April 22nd through May 7th and last around 40 minutes. For more information, including ticketing, please visit atelier-lumiere.com. That's ATELIER-LUMIERES.com. Are you searching for spiritual guidance? The Heart of You podcast is an exploration into your soul through intuition, spirituality, divination, and unconditional love. Host Annette Delou is a spiritual guidance coach, intuitive, Akashic, and tarot reader who discusses practical ways to integrate spiritual growth into your everyday life. Listen now to The Heart of You on ParisUndergroundRadio.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll be right back with Don't Miss This after a word from our sponsors. And now, back to Don't Miss This. If you love records as much or more than books, Saturday, April 23rd is a day for you, with a return of Le Disquaire Day, or Record Store Day, the festival of recorded music. Participating independent record stores all over Paris will organize events like mini concerts, DJ sets, meetups, signings, exhibitions, and more. This year, Taylor Swift is the international publishing ambassador. Record Store Day honors young artists from all current musical scenes, as well as the top artists of the moment, while remaining faithful to cult artists and albums. More than 200 exclusive albums will be on offer, including more than 40% from labels and independent distributors. This will be the chance to perfect your vinyl collection with new releases and collector's editions, and of course, an opportunity to exchange and debate with music enthusiasts. Saturday, April 23rd is Le Disquaire Day, with a smaller catch-up day on Saturday, June 18th, and is free to attend. For more information, including a complete program of events, please visit disquaireday.fr. That's DISQUAIREDAY.fr. I'll leave you with one more event before I let you in on how to stay up to date with local events over the break between seasons. Festival Indulge, or the We Dance Festival. This free dance festival was created in 2020 by choreographer Mehdi Kerkouch and his company Emka, and was understandably titled the On Danse Chez Vous Festival, or the We Dance at Home Festival, which was always held virtually. For the first time, On Danse will take place in person on Saturday, April 23rd at the Théâtre National de la Danse, Chaillot. The Chaillot Theatre will be free to enter all day from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. for dance lessons and dance performances. Then, the big evening of the festival will be broadcast online and on TV on Culture Box. This year, the funds raised will be donated to the French Red Cross and more specifically to the emergency Ukraine operation. Festival On Danse will be at the Théâtre National de la Danse Chaillot on Saturday, April 23rd, and more information can be found at théâtre-chaillot.fr. That's THEATRE-CHAILLOT.fr. Well, that's it for Season 2 of Don't Miss This. I'll be back in June with more episodes. Please don't forget that many of the events I've mentioned in previous episodes will extend well throughout the next few months, so feel free to go back and listen to some previous episodes for more information on those events. To keep up with me, this podcast, and what's going on in Paris, join us on Patreon. I'll be showcasing some of the goings-on in Paris each week with videos and insider information, which you can access for as little as €5 a month. All the proceeds from the Patreon will go towards the running and hosting costs associated with the Paris Underground Radio podcast network. So if you love our shows, please consider giving a little something back. Every centime makes a huge difference towards allowing us to bring you more great content. I hope this week treats you well. If you enjoyed this roundup, please tell a friend. If you venture out to any of the events mentioned in this podcast, please let me know and tag Paris Underground Radio on Facebook or Instagram. I'm your host, Jennifer Garrity. You can find me on all socials at Jennyphoria. That's JENNYPHORIA. Don't Miss This is produced by me for Paris Underground Radio. For more on Don't Miss This and shows like it, please go to parisundergroundradio.com. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in June. Don't Miss This is produced by Jennifer Garrity for Paris Underground Radio. For more on this show and shows like it, please go to parisundergroundradio.com.